What's up, everybody, and welcome to another video. It's been a little while since I last did my last video. A lot of work and stuff, and sometimes I just come home, play some games, eat, and then I go to bed. I don't feel like making a video, but I thought I'd do this one. And this one here, I've had a lot on my mind. I've had a lot of topics to talk about that I've wanted to cover, but I just had never really felt like it. So this one, I really wanted to get off my chest. I feel like it's not talked about enough. So let's get to it. We have a lot of these games in modern games, and we all know they all look really good. A lot of most games, you don't really come across a lot of games unless if it's like a B level developer, like I think Spiders, I believe, the ones that do that Greenfall game. Unless if it's like a developer like that, you're not really gonna you're probably gonna see graphics that aren't really that good, but they're okay. But they're still acceptable. Those graphics are still okay. Or like if you go into like play some low budget racing games, like I have myself, NASCAR Heat, all those games, garbage, low budget trash. Those graphics, you will tell a difference too. Like I could tell a difference between like a racing game that just has nice qualities to it versus the cheap and just avoid at all cost. You know, Hot Shot Racing is one of those where the graphics are so nice looking, but the art style just puts way over the top, and but the gameplay is just perfected. It's perfect. Anyways, I don't know how I got on racing games. Just I'm really detailed in that stuff. I'm really picky on that stuff, so I know what I'm looking for. But what I'm looking for when I play my action games, okay, my action games, my first-person shooters, my third-person shooters, my hack and slashers, we don't see enough gore. We don't see enough bullet damage. Max Payne set the tones. Max Payne set the standard to this. Again, I'm going to go to Rockstar and praise them again, because I know some people hate it when other people praise Rockstar for their accomplishments. Max Payne set the tone, set the standard for how third person or even first person, because I know GTA 5 has first person mechanics for first person combat. Because you shoot someone in Ubisoft games, it's like I'm shooting a mannequin. You stab someone, you slash someone in an Assassin's Creed game. There's almost no effect. You just get a small little swish of blood, and that's it. There's no hole where you knifed them. There's no, like, when you do that throat animation. There's no, like, where his thing's all cut. There's nothing. There's nothing like that. It's like it really kind of takes me out of the experience for a little bit. Watch Dogs, awful series. I can't stand the Watch Dogs games, but there's literally nothing to those games that bring any sort of value to me at all whatsoever. But like, even when you stealth kill someone in Watch Dogs, there's literally no effect. There's no blood or nothing. But these games get rated M for mature. It's just those little details. A lot of these developers just don't really care to pay attention to the details. When you play Far Cry, when you shoot someone, there's literally no effect. I love Rainbow Six Siege, and it's a beautiful game. A lot of these games are beautiful. These are good looking games. Assassin's Creed is a beautiful game. I actually had Assassin's Creed Odyssey installed not too long ago. I played it for 2 hours and I uninstalled it. Just I don't want to play. It's boring. The thing is That's another game too. I just discussed this, but Assassin's Creed, same thing for Odyssey. You stealth someone or you hit. There's no effect. There's nothing. It's like I'm stealth killing a mannequin. There's nothing. No, there's no detail with that at all. There's detail in everything else, with the foliage and all that stuff. There's no detail in that. Also, a lot of these games too seem to lack detail in puddle animations. When I walk over them or when I run over them, it's just a flat texture. There's no movement going on. Now, back in the day, when I played like Resistance 2 and all, they had beautiful water animations. You would walk through and the puddles would shake as you would walk over them. A lot of people probably don't even care about this or pay attention to it, but I feel like it's lacking. The games are so perfected right now graphically that it could be better in a way where they could even maybe make that take the next level and put it over the top by bullet damage, limb damage as well. Why is it the fact that For Honor, awful game either too? I don't like For Honor, but why is it that For Honor you have swords? Nobody gets their legs cut off. There's no beheadings, and there's nothing like that. It's just like you're just trading off hits, and it's like you're hitting people with sticks, you know. But I love Rainbow Six Siege. That's a beautiful game too, as if all the Ubisoft games are. I should just do a video on Ubisoft alone for what they lack and what they don't do, because I have a lot to say about Ubisoft games. But the thing is you shoot someone and you get a headshot in Rainbow Six Siege, and there's no effect. It's you get a little blood splat and you get a cool ragdoll animation, which I love, but there's no you don't see blood or anything. Their eye isn't missing. It's just it would be that much more satisfying if I could see that. There's very few games that do that. Why is it, guys, that Doom 1993 and Doom 64 and Doom 2, old Doom games, have better bullet damage than Ubisoft games in 2021? Than EA games, than DICE games, and Battlefield. Battlefield suffers the same problem. All graphics, but no detail. Great foliage, great detail, like with raindrops on the gun. Great looking. I mean, it allows me to change the field of view, which I love. Everything about all the detail. Just no gun detail when you shoot someone. There's no. Even Call of Duty does this. And you know what? Call of Duty has had limb damage before. They've had it with the World at War games, the World at War game in 2008. That game had brutal limb damage. It didn't have bullet damage, but it had good limb damage. Where if you threw a grenade at someone, or if a grenade hit a body, the part of the limb, the part of the leg would fly off, which I loved that. I thought that was great. Added more detail, added more immersion to the world. Bullet damage is a must for these developers. You guys are in this generation where you got more powerful hardware, more room to make with this stuff. No excuses anymore. You get to it. If your game is a T-rated game, okay, yeah, that's fine. You don't have to have the bullet damage. Uncharted, you don't have to have the bullet damage because it's a T-rated game. The Last of Us is an M-rated game, and that game has great bullet damage. You shoot someone in the shoulder, and you see the part of the shoulder coming off. It's great. It looks fantastic. Same for the Resident Evil games. Great bullet damage for Resident Evil. Sometimes it looks a little stiff, like when you shoot someone in the head. Sometimes it doesn't always register, and it does look silly when you're shooting a boss and there's like no effect. It doesn't really so Resident Evil is hit or miss, but it still looks fantastic when it is pulled off nice. When you get the shotgun, you just blast them and the whole like half of the body falls off. I mean, that's great. Gears also has great bullet damage. Now, Gears over time has fallen in quality. When you shoot them in Gears 4 and 5, it doesn't look as satisfying, but it still has that nice explosion, and you get the nice, when you pop off headshots in Gears, that's always satisfying. No matter if it's from the first game to the fifth game, it's still satisfying to pull off. And you don't get like the guts and stuff like you do in the first original 4 games. But 4 and 5, you just, I don't know, when you see the guts laying on the ground, it's just mush. There's no like kind of detail to the guts. But that's just a little nitpick that I pick up and see. I mean, you could even see it on Krobcat's channel. He points that out. It's not hard to spot. But man, we need more bullet damage. We need more detail like that, and it would make the games not only better, but it would make them more fun to play. Not just like I'm shooting mannequins. We all want. You know you want it. I want it. We all want it, people. So let's just stop asking for more graphics. Let's get more detail in our games. That's what we need to focus on more, because the graphics are already perfected. We need more detail, and we need more immersion, and that's with that type of stuff. Not every game can be immersive. I get it. When you play a Ratchet and Clank game, I don't think it's very immersive. When I play Fallout New Vegas, I don't think it's really immersive. But make games that are supposed to be immersive. When you're trying to be immersive, make them immersive. Give me bullet damage. Rockstar's doing it, and I can't wait to see, GTA 6 or whatever their next game is, to see if it's bullet damage. Now, if they make Bully 2, they probably can't do bullet damage. That's not going to happen. You can't be shooting off college kids with little throwing bricks at kids and stuff and have bullet damage. That wouldn't work, obviously.